Hey, it's Walt with One Fall WrestleCast. We're doing a show, I guess. There's some things that we need to talk about that happened in pro wrestling this week. I mean,
And last
maybe
week.
and last week because sorry that I have a semi-important job and I had places that I had to be, and then I had things to do today. That pushed us back an extra 38 minutes. That inconvenienced the guy that can never be on time. But yeah, we're gonna talk about pro wrestling. I mean, maybe who knows? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast.
I need a really big finger.
Hey, thanks for coming. It's all love. Catch you next week. One Fall WrestleCast.
Well, it's done already. There we go.
Like and subscribe. Hit that button.
I'm just saying, like, Derek fucking gonna be late for his own funeral, right? Like, he's gonna be.
Is anything you're gonna be late for?
I made you quit the show earlier, and then I still showed up late.
His casket's gonna fall out of the hearse on the way to the cemetery, and he's gonna be late, right? Like, this is legit gonna happen, and then this motherfucker want to talk to me about my schedule, and then still doesn't show up on the agreed upon time. It's fucking wild to me. Tom,
it's my life.
I'm excellent. Although I did wear my pro-choice, pro-science, pro-wrestling shirt out, and I did not get a single comment. Although I was at Target, I was at GameStop, and where else was I? Barnes and Noble.
Oh, so you were at all the liberal places.
You went to very neutral gang territory.
And I went to Permani, brother. Wait, is GameStop liberal places? I don't.
Yeah.
What it is?
I mean, depends on which one you went to. Like the one off of 68 in Morgantown, that's going to be a little.
I was in
redneck side.
I mean, I was in Robinson, so that's where I.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're fine.
I was on the golf course today. I had a great day.
Great, good for you. I had to we did some post birthday shopping. My son turned 9 yesterday. It's shocking. 9? I know, right? 9. How insane is that? He can now call me a dick to my face. That's how that goes. That's where that's what I've reaped. I'm reaping what I sow.
I feel like it's like an RPG. Like, all right, you've gained this new skill today, son.
No. He's had the skill, but it's now fully realized. I've realized it is fully realized. So yeah, it was good. Had a good day. Apparently Ric Flair is going to be on Raw tonight. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess Titus O'Neil opened the show today.
That shit in.
That's interesting. Titus O'Neil's not been on television since like WrestleMania.
Since he hosted WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan, and he dressed up like a pirate. Although to be fair, that was exactly when they both walked out dressed like pirates. I was like, I didn't know I wanted this, but good God, I want this. Like, please give me Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan dressed like pirates.
Derek was probably disappointed because they weren't butt pirates.
Yeah,
I was just disappointed in general.
Nor did they hit each other with barbed wire wrapped broomsticks.
Exactly. If they would have had barbed wire wrapped cutlasses and some ball one was those muzzle loader guns with barbed wire instead of bullets.
What's a what?
Yeah.
What ball one? What is ball? Is that some kind of
like a muzzle loader? A muzzle loader pistol. The pirate gun.
You mean a musket?
Yeah, a musket. There you go.
A musket.
But we're gonna put barbed wire in the musket.
Like he's fighting in the Revolutionary War out here.
There's gonna be a drummer, but he drums on a thing of barbed wire. That's like a tub of it.
That's racist.
Yeah. What? My guy here's gonna drop these beats whenever we're about to have this wrestling match.
Hey. So I really just want to roll right into this, because I don't really give a fuck how Derek's day was. But I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just poke right at Derek anyways. Hey, bud. Hey, did you see your girl Sasha Banks? Huh? Did you see?
I see
Asking
she's asking some money.
$30,000 for non-wrestling appearances. There's like the internet's kind of split on this, right? There's some folks that think, hey, you go, girl, you know your worth, and then there's half the internet that's like, yeah, no. And I mean, I already know where you stand on that. So, Tom, what do you think about Sasha Banks requesting $30,000 for non-wrestling appearances?
I mean, if she can get it, I feel like look, we live in an age where like there's people that get millions and millions of dollars just to speak in front of a crowd. Like, and you don't get to shake their hand or walk up to them. They're given honorary degrees and my college tuition and my student loans go up every time, they have Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders or fucking even Donald Trump speak somewhere. My student loan payments get bigger, and because they got to pay these people, right? So for Sasha Banks to ask a measly $30K for non-wrestling whatever, I mean, whether she's there to talk on a panel, whether she's there to sign autographs, whatever,
which in turn fans are going to additionally pay her for.
Sure, but still, I mean, look, if she can get it, that's great. Maybe she just straight up doesn't want to take anything unless it's big time. Like, I mean, she could put it down to $5 or $10 grand, right? But then she'd have to do every Comic-Con and in all the podunk, little towns up and down the river all summer. And it's one of those. It's
funny because I wouldn't pay her $1.
We know, but I think it's one of those things where it's like she doesn't necessarily want to go on non-wrestling tour. So she set her ask high. She doesn't want to go on wrestling tour. But if she's not doing a whole lot, and if somebody wants to cough up the money and say, can you come out Saturday for this thing? And, you be on this panel and then you sign off and yada. All right, I'll come to Chicago. I'll go to Philadelphia. I'll go to Los Angeles. I'll go to New York where they have the big money events. But she doesn't want to go to fucking Morgantown, West Virginia, where fucking shithole, like where was Youngstown, Ohio? She don't want to be in Youngstown, Ohio, right? Like,
well, Youngstown's a nice city.
Yeah, sure it is. Just stuff like that. She's not going to do a signing at the Steubenville Mall.
Yeah, I mean, is that still a thing? Like,
I think so. I don't know. Maybe they think they took the fountain out. They could put her there with a table and some balloons, maybe.
I'm actually really surprised that you took this stance of her like just not wanting to be booked. I thought. Well,
here's the thing. Here's the other thing too. Is that I don't believe that WWE is going to let her go. I think they're going to be petty about it for sure. And I think they're both. I think we're just seeing who can out petty each other at the moment. Because, like, one, Sasha signed a big contract. They got to pay her. Or they got to let her go. And they don't want to let her go because then she shows up in Dynamite on AEW and draws
word
on
the street is, like, she's gone. Like,
well, I understand that, but never say never. And two, she's still on, like, she's off, allegedly off internal rosters.
Right.
But she's still on the website. They pull. I think there's a lot. They
put her merchandise back up yet?
No, I don't know about that. I haven't looked, but her name's still on there. She's certainly off. You can't put her face on Peacock anymore.
Peacock.
You used to be able to put her face on. It was like you only had like 4 choices, and it was like her, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, and maybe like Becky. I think that was it. You didn't even have Charlotte.
Named like 12 people. You said 4. I had 4 choices. You just named like 12 people. So what is it? Is it 4 or is it 12?
It's 4. It's Roman, Seth, Becky, and it was Sasha. That was it. It's 4. I named 4.
You named like 13.
Who else did I name?
Like
Usos, Bailey, Mankind.
I mean, I heard all that too. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that heard all that. Like,
look, if Mankind was a choice, that would be mine, but it's not. So
the three faces of Foley come out through the entire segment.
That's what I need. All three faces. Truthfully, I could just that would make me log into Peacock more often. So I would just change which face of Foley I got up there.
So we're willing to just take a step back and say she just wants to just ride out her WWE money here, huh? And we don't think that it's absurd, Derek, that she's out here asking for the same type of money that folks like Sting or Goldberg or Steve Austin has even been mentioned in this, that the type of money that they command for these types of appearances. You don't think that's ridiculous, or do you disagree with Tom's take on this?
Well, the thing that I think is most ridiculous, and
anyways, I get it where you're coming from with that, you know what I'm saying, bud, and like I understand that you don't like Sasha Banks, and and I wish that you could get over that, you know what I'm saying, because like from a performance standpoint, I really enjoy Sasha Banks, as a performer, but I think that this is just one of those cases where like she just thinks that she's something more than she actually is.
Okay, thank you. Because how many other performers have we actually made a big story about how much they're charging for independent viewings?
Well,
other than Undertaker.
Wait,
he's a legend.
Was that an OnlyFans reference? Independent viewings? What's going on there?
No. I'm just saying.
Is that like
what are you charging for a con? Have you ever stood at First and Gold Collectibles and been thinking like, I wonder how much Max Talbot's charging this place for him to come in here, drink some coffee, and sign a bunch of autographs for people in line? I've never thought about that before. Why is it a big story that Sasha Banks put that out there? She didn't put it out there. Her agent did, or whatever. It's
got to be out there because somebody should hire. Somebody's got to hire.
It's ridiculous. It has to be ridiculous. Otherwise, nobody would have made a big deal out of it. I would assume that the general consensus of the wrestling community is on my side on this one, at least. Not that she's a horrible person / wrestler and they can't stand her, but the fact that you don't command $30,000 unless you are, as you've already mentioned, Tom, saying, I just don't want to do nothing. If you want to pay me $30,000, I'll take a Saturday off. Otherwise, I think that's look. People set the price based on what it's not necessarily based on what she thinks she's worth, but I think it's based on where she would be willing to go and what she would be willing to do, right? Yeah,
so like I said, she's not wanting to go to Morgantown, West Virginia, or Youngstown, Ohio, or any of these like little podunk towns up and down the river that have. She doesn't want to go to like Monroeville, I'm sure, for the Steel City Con. Like she wants to go to the big New York City Comic Con, maybe be there. She wants to go to the big shows in Chicago, something in LA. If there's stuff like that, they pay everybody that kind of money. Like that's
that's like what Undertaker gets. That's not what Sasha Banks
booked for something like that. Hey, Mandalorian star Mercedes Varnado.
Yeah.
WWE superstar Sasha Banks. Like, I mean, she could get double booked. Double dip,
absolutely.
Why not? You know what I mean?
Oh man, if she hated the wrestling fans, she's gonna really love the Star Wars community.
Good Christ! You want to talk about the worst? You want to talk about the worst community? Oh, you want to talk about
I'm happy for her. You know what? Go do that. Bless you.
God save anybody that ever wants to be in a Star Wars film, because you want to talk about people who are like ready to hate you for everything immediately. be in a Star Wars film. There hasn't been anything good Star Wars really good since like 1982. Except for a few blips here and there.
And Final Frontier? Is that what you're talking about? Is that the movie?
It was the Empire Strikes Back Final Frontier.
Nah, dude, Return of the Jedi was fun.
No. You're talking about Star Trek over there. I thought we were talking about Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with the Trek and the wars. Got it. So anyway, what else are we talking about besides Sasha? Because her, I think it's totally fine that she can ask for whatever she wants. Either people pay it or they won't. That's capitalism, baby.
Well, I'm glad they made a big deal out of it because no one else.
She's the son of to do that. She's the son of a plumber, baby.
Hey, so Derek, you mentioned Bailey earlier. I guess everybody's making a really big deal about the fact that her and Sasha Banks went to a Lakers game together.
No, they went to a concert. Maybe they also
it was.
Yeah, they were just chilling on the lawn, like at Star Lake Amphitheater, just watching a concert. It was.
Are you seriously going to question Aunt Bailey? I mean,
Aunt Bailey's is scheduled, tentatively scheduled to return at SummerSlam. Aunt Bailey is scheduled to return at SummerSlam. And I got to be honest, for me, that'll be the biggest pop of the night.
It won't be.
I'm not going to hate
whenever
her by association. There's no way.
You don't think it'll be for whenever Vince McMahon shuffles himself into the TV show lineup and forces some folks out? You don't think that'll be the big pop?
No, I actually am thinking that there's going to be a storyline that he's been trying to have sex with Lacey Evans again, and Stacy, or not Stacy, but Bailey, and it's going to be a whole storyline. That's what I'm thinking is going to come out. No, I don't think he's going to shovel himself out there.
Bringing out
he's done on TV.
Bringing back the genetic jackhammer.
Yeah, I was talking about. No, I won't divulge into that, but that's for sidebar conversation. Anyway, no, I don't think we're going to see Vince for a long, long time, fellas.
A lot of
waggling out there.
A couple of anonymous talents seem to feel like he's been moving the shows around to fit himself in since the allegations became public.
They've gotten deeper.
Yeah, they actually absolutely have gotten deeper. And as a matter of fact, there was something like $12 million worth of deep that just came out. And then Netflix has been planning this documentary surrounding Vince McMahon for, 5 years. I think it's already in production. And they were just like, we're good.
Of all Netflix.
Yeah, so that tells me they were painting him in a positive light.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Something happens that's actually documentary worthy. Something happens that they could actually do some digging and some gut. Hey guys, here's a word. This might be a dirty word, but I don't know. Some fucking journalism. And maybe learn some shit and be like, you've never heard this before. And we actually found it out because we did the muckraking journalism, but nobody does that anymore. Certainly not Netflix. It was a puff piece about about the American legend Vince McMahon. Again, like we've said before, thankfully he only went to conquer pro wrestling and not the world, because it would be really bad if that was the case. And otherwise it was well, we could all be enslaved to Vince McMahon, or we could just watch good pro wrestling. Thankfully he went the pro wrestling route, and we're okay. But
thank God Tony Khan showed up. You know what I mean?
Well, I personally am pretty disappointed we didn't get to see it, though. Honestly, guys. I mean, I'm sure we sat here and talked about it.
Sure.
It would have been great to see. It might even come out a few years down the road. All this blows over. We'll go back to the Winchester and have a pint. It'll be fine.
Hey, but seriously, let's talk about Vince here for a couple more minutes. I guess that major mainstream media outlets have picked up this story and are putting together their own things to possibly release to the masses here in the next coming days.
Mainstream media outlets more mainstream than the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what the dirt sheets are saying.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't know that the dirt sheets know shit about shit. So that's just let's take that with a grain of salt until what are they going to put it in the what's your local paper out there? I almost said the Weirton Daily Times, but Pittsburgh Post Gazette going to have it out here. Maybe the
Daily Anthonyum.
Yeah, the Anthonyum, the Tribune Review. We're gonna have some stuff out here. What's the one in Cambridge, Ohio? The Weekly Jeffersonian or the Daily Jeffersonian. I mean, come on. Look, nobody gives a shit. And I can't tell, especially because where it's the way this is boiling down to, it's oh God, the billionaires who are already billionaires, who are the stockholders, who Vince has actually like made record profits for the last whatever. It's every year. It's like, oh, WWE made record profits this year, and that's been the case like 5 to 10 years running. And now these guys are mad about like what $300,000 like salary. Somebody was paid $300,000. And you know, I know there's other stuff. There's allegations of abuse, but at the same time, let's shit or get off the pot here with these, because there either is abuse or there isn't abuse. And if there isn't abuse, like nobody wants to come forward with it. It's just like, well, there may be. I don't know. We might come. It's like I have evidence that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. No, you don't.
Hey,
No,
you
no,
better
you don't.
chill the fuck out, dude. Like,
No, you
you listen.
Tom, you'll die.
You can't say those things.
I can't.
Like,
No.
The last people
No.
that said those types of things they're not around anymore, bud.
You're
Like,
gonna do
you
the big
can't-
S, and it's
You
gonna be
can't say
questionable.
that. Hey, he listen. That was a theoretical. I have information on internet people. I know you're listening. Okay, please don't hurt my friend.
Yeah,
Please don't kill
I'm
Tom.
not saying that. I have nothing. I have no information on anybody. In fact,
Also, his
I'm
name
just
is
saying,
Jeffrey, not Tom. I
Jeffrey.
apologize.
My
I
name
forgot.
is Jeffrey Penis. Jeffrey Penis has no information on anybody that would lead to. I have no information that would lead to any arrests of any human being, famous or
Other
otherwise.
than Hillary.
I wish I had. I wish I had information on Derek so that he would get arrested, so I didn't have to look at his fucking mug.
I'd still be
Like,
doing
look
it
at-
from the jail cell.
Look at his.
Is that my
that's not
phone?
how. That's not how.
No, it
jail
was mine. I don't know why, but it was mine.
That's not how jail works, you stupid mush. Like, God,
It's not.
Why
It's
are you
not a
crazy?
big.
why are you?
I thought
so
it was
fucking
nice.
Stupid.
Like there's like
Really?
USB chargers and shit.
Like,
Look, here's the thing about jail, and it's like you can't like I don't know. People always complain about it, but like you read like 2 or 3 books a week, you work out every day, and you have sex 3 or 4 times a week, but still people complain about prison.
We're done. Okay, we're done. Okay, we are just
Thoughts and prayers for Vince McMahon, and moving on.
chimney. Fucking Christmas. Like, I just don't understand.
What a show!
So Jackie Melinda in the chat, is William Regal a good technical wrestler?
He was. I mean, he's an old man now, but
Fucking fantastic
he was-
technical wrestler.
he was like one of
Wow.
the best. He's one of the best to ever be a tech. He's like it's like him and Bob Backlund. That's it. And,
Listen, go back and watch some of his like early WCW stuff on Peacock.
Shit, watch his late WCW stuff. Watch
Watch
his
whenever
early
he got
90s.
8 minutes out of Goldberg. That was interesting.
Yeah. That's
Wa-
a good one right there.
Watch
8 quality minutes out of Goldberg.
watch
He almost
everything.
got fired for that.
There
He
was
did
no
get fired.
choice.
He did get fired for that. That's when he went to WWF and became became William Regal because he was
Yep.
Steven Regal in WCW. But
WCW.
he became William Regal when he
Yes.
went to. But yeah, it was right after that. They canned him for making Goldberg look bad. Although he made Goldberg look a lot better than anybody else. Maybe
Yeah,
other than
yeah.
Perry Saturn, I think made Goldberg look the best.
What do you want to
Looking
talk about
back
an
on things.
underrated? You want to talk about an underrated performer? Let's talk about Perry Saturn. You know,
I love
Saturn,
Perry. I
like-
loved Saturn. I loved everything about. He got over like that. He talked to a mop. Nobody got that shit over. He got that
I
over.
forgot about that.
The mop, like what? I mean, he got that over better than Moxley got over the plant gimmick that he had, where he had to talk to
Oh
a
my
plant.
God! Listen, no, I can't agree with that because WWE does a subscription box that comes every 3 months, and I got the very first WWE subscription box,
Oh yeah.
and Moxley's plant came in the first ever subscription box with like seeds and soil and growing instructions to grow your own plant. What that plant had a name? What was it?
I
It's a
don't
liquor
remember.
tree.
I
No.
don't remember either.
I don't remember, but it was. I mean, I'm not saying he did. He got it over, but he didn't get it over as well as Perry Saturn did with the mop. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, Saturn was on next level.
He was
And
next level.
He
He's
did.
on
He
snow
was.
level.
He did that whole mop gimmick while he was wearing the dress, right?
He did.
Yeah, I think that was coinciding. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was also wearing a dress.
What it does make me sad though that he came over with like Guerrero, Chris Benoit, and
He was,
who was the
and
other one? Dean Malenko,
Dean Malenko. Yeah,
and
they
then
were the
Perry
Radicals.
Saturn. They all came to WCW.
Yeah, or WWF. Yeah, they came at the same
Yeah.
time. They were the Radicals, and
No, they
obviously,
left WCW. Came to WCW.
no. They left
No?
WCW and came to WWF. Yeah, it was the other
Okay.
way around.
My apologies.
And obviously Benoit and Guerrero were world champions.
Yep.
A couple times over.
Mhm.
Dean Malenko had
went
a
on to be
he's,
one of the best
He's
producers in WWE history.
I would say he still
now
works
coaching AEW.
I would say he still works there. He's still
No, he's
in
at AEW right now.
right. I'm just saying he's still under the umbrella. He's still like he's one of their longest tenured employees at this point.
He's in the biz.
He's still like it's like him and Bruce Pritchard who logged the most years, and Vince obviously.
I don't like you,
I don't,
but
like
I
you.
love you.
I wouldn't hate to see Bruce Pritchard as a on-air talent again. I think that would be fun.
Yeah,
I can't wait till he gets fired.
Some brother love.
He's not gonna get.
Wait.
They keep giving Bruce new stuff to do.
No, like
Yeah,
please
head
get
of talent
fired. I need a
relations
sexual harassment lawsuit or something.
Bruce keeps getting more jobs. He doesn't get less
but his
jobs.
podcasts have suffered considerably.
That's because he has like 4 jobs.
Remember when they were
WWE?
good and he would talk shit on the company, and now he's just like,
when they
I
were
love
good.
Vince.
Now we're
Vince,
getting
Vince. You're
we're
the
getting
best.
all these megasodes of the catalog just being mushed together because that motherfucker doesn't have 2 minutes to take a nap standing up every day.
Right?
Oh, boss.
Christmas. But yeah,
All those
absolutely.
Laurinaitis impressions are coming back now, considering the hot water he's in.
Yeah, everything Johnny Ace, everything Johnny Ace used to do, he now does. Plus everything Bruce used to do, Bruce still does. So it's really like he's now both Bruce Pritchard and Johnny Ace. And and maybe a little bit of Vince McMahon.
Hey, so here's the thing that I wanted to bring up and I wanted to discuss. So the internet seems to feel like WWE has become a better product in the last 5 weeks since Stephanie McMahon has been the CEO. I think we touched on it last week or 2 weeks ago, but I don't remember. But I think that what it really should be attributed to is maybe just Vince having the ability to just focus on creative.
Yeah,
has made things appear to be better.
Well, I would argue that WWE has been a better product overall for the last year plus.
No. But I'm just saying.
I feel like it's been a gradual thing. There maybe was a push. Certainly, Raw got a lot better in the last maybe 2 months. Raw certainly got a lot better. SmackDown, I will honestly say, I don't know that SmackDown is better. It was on a really hot run for a little while, and I would say that it suffers. It's not as good right now as it was. There's not as much wrestling. The wrestling on it's not as good when they do have wrestling on it. So I would actually argue that SmackDown has suffered a bit from where it was maybe 5 or 6 months ago. So that's I don't know that. Well, that's part of it, obviously, but I think that I'm going to say the internet's not correct. I think that they do a better job with Raw, and maybe Vince having more time to actually think his way through a 3-hour show makes that a better product now than it was. However, I would argue that SmackDown is starting to feel very much like the SmackDown of old, where it was sort of half a recap show with a little bit of wrestling in between. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
Derek, what do you think?
That's what I think. And I watched the show, so like fucking yeah.
He does. Tom does. Yeah, Jeffrey Penis watches every week. I seriously think though what we need to really be talking about here is you're not going to really glean any information off of the little pop here. All this is we've got some new information that's hot in the press. This is worldwide. This isn't just Wrestling Observer newsletter bullshit. You're going to have a little pop in the ratings, and you're going to even if it wasn't a pop in the ratings, you're going to have the group think that, oh, this is better because I'm tuning in now because Vince was recently in the news. There has to be a little bit of that factor involved. I really don't think it's changed that much. Yes, it has gotten better.
No, I don't think.
But in the last 5 weeks, I don't think anything significantly changed.
I agree with Derek on that, and I watch pretty. I'm pretty. I mean, I got it on right now. I'm pretty regimented about.
Like, talk to me in 6 months. Then
let's have an idea. Where we are. I think that there's certainly things to point out and go, hey, this is good and this is good. I think they're doing some things that like we'd asked them to do. We'd hope they would do for years, which is create some new stars, push some new guys, give some guys some pushes who we liked. I love this Ezekiel angle.
Yeah.
I love that he's on TV every week, getting a push, getting wins. I mean, I love that.
I can't wait to try it with Elrod.
Right? I can't like
it's
when
coming.
they had the week. I think this was actually they had over 2 million views for Raw this week, or it was pretty close. It was like 1.9 mil. It was the week where Elias and Ezekiel were on the couch together and they fist bumped. I mean, it was like, to me, it was like, I couldn't believe, like, I'm like, they're going to go for this. Are they going to screw it up? Like they either could have screwed it up like they did with the spider in the cage for Rowan, or they could do it excellently and have it still be kind of cheesy and stupid. But like, we were already there, right? Like, you had to suspend your disbelief. And it was like, this was either over for you or it wasn't. And hey, KO's back. It was, we suspended the disbelief, and he came, and it was perfect. And they popped a big rating. I don't know if it was just because of that, but they popped a big rating, and so that's I think there's some truth to that. I think that maybe he's following through a little more, maybe being able to take a little bit more notes and kind of keep things consistent week to week. That's certainly true, but I don't think anything's really changed drastically. Like Derek said, it's still been pretty solid. I'd say for the last year, they've been doing a good job of making it more solid. I just think it was time. I think they had to get some new people in, which they did. I think I see the budget cuts, probably the wrestler cuts is probably some of the better, maybe more of a catalyst even than we thought at the time, because a lot of these people were like on TV the week before and then they were gone. But it was sort of well, maybe we don't develop this person. We put, we've only got so much time. We've only got so many, ability points. Let's just go. Because Riddle, huge star. Riddle just popped out right now. Riddle wasn't a huge star before that. I mean, right now, if you see Riddle in the main event, like he's the last person to challenge Roman Reigns for the title. They put on a banger match. He's going to fight Seth freaking Rollins at SummerSlam. Great. Go ahead.
Tom, I don't want to interrupt you, man, and I don't mean to be a dick about Riddle. But legit, I do want to ask you this on your opinion. If it came down to Riddle, let's say, versus Roman Reigns for the championship for the pay-per-view, are you going to buy that pay-per-view?
I mean, but that's not the only reason I have Peacock.
I mean, it's through Peacock, so that doesn't really count. You're not going to buy that premium level. But you get what I'm going for here.
It's something I would look.
Riddle's not a star that's going to sell. He's not going to sell. Well, he doesn't bring my ass and sit it in the seat.
But see, the thing is, everybody's not. We've hit the age now where everything's not for us. Riddle clicks with the kids that are 10, 15 years, 20 years younger than us.
Okay.
He clicks with them. I think he's good. I particularly like him. I didn't love him in NXT. I loved everything from RK Bro on. And I think that do I think that he's is he my champion? No. But I'm sure I try to think about what did the guys who were my age or who were 25 or 26 when Hulk Hogan was the champion? What did they think of Bret Hart? What did they think of Stone Cold? What did they think of Mankind becoming? I remember when Mankind became the champion, that was I was so excited. It was like I became the champion.
It was amazing. Right? Yes.
It was amazing. But did people who were 50 years old who had been watching Hulk Hogan and did they think that, or did they think who's this fat shit idiot? Is that what they thought? Because that might have been what they thought. So I just want to kind of put
this
it into
bro asshole that's just with flip flops on and shit.
Right.
I'm like the old guy on the porch. So get off my lawn.
That's what I'm trying to say. I like Matt Riddle. Do I see him in the same light as I would see Roman Reigns? No, but
hell no.
Do I see anybody? Do I see Roman Reigns in the same light that I saw The Rock? I didn't see John Cena in the same light that I see The Rock. You know what I mean? Or Stone Cold. So it's hard to as I get further and further away from my pinnacle of being that non-jaded fan who could talk about wrestling and the dirt sheets and the internet wrestling community and all that, like Riddle's over, and he's over with the crowd. He's over with me. I like him too. If they put a title on him, I'm not going to be shocked. I think it'll be cool. I think he could do some cool things with it, and I think he appeals to a younger audience. Is he for me? No, not exactly, but that doesn't mean that he's bad. I think what he's doing is very good. Walt, you're muted. Walt, you're muted. Unmute yourself. There you go. Come back.
I wasn't. I knew I was muted.
Okay. So what'd you say?
What'd you say?
Yeah.
I said, Derek, are you content with that response? Was that acceptable?
Yeah, that was fine. And I think
Can we go on with the show now?
Yeah,
Is that okay with you?
that sounds good.
Are you gonna ask any more stupid questions?
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Are you sure?
I rest my case.
I bet you have another question.
Oh, not yet.
Okay. I have a question for you. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
How does it feel to know that, like, as of today, you can't watch Monday Night Raw anymore because it's a TV 14 rating?
That's a great question. I love that lead-in. What a good lead-in. I think we should let Derek respond first about the TV 14 rating.
Oh, I'm not really certain what to do. I've tried to reach out to you guys. I didn't really want to bring this up on the show, but none of you assholes will give me your password to Dish. So I asked Portia if she'd tell me what the code is, and I don't know. On her phone, it's like an N shape. It's a fucking Android, so it doesn't have numbers. So I don't even got nothing to go with. I've been trying the usual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 0, 0. I got nothing. So I don't know. I'm thinking whenever I go to work, I can probably sneak in some time on my lunch break, watch it on Hulu. That way I get that, hour and a half version. I'll take a double lunch. A double lunch will get me there. And that way I'll be off the grid. Pat's gonna give me his login. There we go. Thank you, Pat.
No, Portia's his wife. Portia's his lovely wife.
She's lovely. You son of a bitch.
Lovely wife. The mother of his child. She generally lets him talk to us. We like her. She's not the one that makes him late. In fact, she goes and gets him.
Yes.
Portia's the MVP sometimes. All right, let's just put this out there.
Absolutely.
Goddamn, Patrick
No,
Martin,
but seriously though, so WWE's moved to the TV 14 rating, and the PG era has come to an end. Good, bad, and different. Tom, how you feel about it?
So my favorite thing about this was as soon as that story broke, Seth Rollins tweets, "Wait, so I can say shit now? Hashtag shit on Twitter."
Like that was
Rollins. That was the first. Yeah, that's the other joke is that. Wait, you better be Seth fucking Rollins from now on. But how do I feel about it? Now, I feel like they've content wise kind of always they've sort of always been there. I don't know that like TV ratings mean shit. I really don't. I don't think TV ratings mean anything. If it's TV 14, TV, are they going to bleed now? Maybe on Raw in the third hour? Probably not. I mean, it might, but I don't think that there's going to be any more blood than there usually was. I don't know. It's hard to say. Truthfully, I think that they made a bigger deal out of it than they should, because I don't think it's going to change. I think you might hear the word ass a little more often. You may hear a holy shit or something. But I don't think you're gonna get a whole lot of I don't think it's gonna be that different. I don't think there's gonna be blood. I don't think Cody's gonna come back and be like, yay, I get to bleed now. Like, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that we're gonna get I think the language will be a little less silly. It'll be a little more realistic. They'll maybe not blur out middle fingers if they pull Stone Cold back. I think if you see Stone Cold, I think he'll get to give somebody the finger without like a 30-second blur on it.
Hey, Dad.
And what?
Okay, after you do your podcast, can we do fireworks outside?
No,
Why not?
because I'm busy and you're going to bed. Anyway. So it's hard to say what'll change, and I don't think it'll be much. Maybe some language, but not much.
Well, the belief is that Kevin Dunn feels that he's been a little bit his hands have been tied a little bit because he looks at the other product and he has to beep out words that they're using, every other word.
I think it'll certainly be words. I think words are the key factor. I don't think there's gonna be blood. I don't think
so either.
I think they want to say ass and maybe shit on occasion.
And I mean this too, if you think about it, I mean this has possibly been a year in the making because I mean USA has kind of been asking for this if you remember. So I mean I don't know, it's going to be interesting. I'll be really, really interested to see what, if anything's going to change, kind of moving forward. But we'll see.
Well, I think if anything, it'll give them the opportunity to bring in some edgier characters. Other people had been joking like, oh, they're totally pulling up Toxic Attraction now. They're coming up right now. And they're not Toxic Attraction is not TV PG.
No,
they're just not.
No, they are not.
So maybe that's maybe that's what the dealio is. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see where everything goes with that. I think that like I said, I don't think much will change. But if stuff does change, I think the worst part of the PG era, if I'm being honest, was sort of that Bobby Lashley Sami Zayn feud where they had the Bobby Lashley sisters, and it was so cheesy and so bad. And Bobby was like, "You come out here, and I'm going to beat your butt." And it was like, oh God, this makes me want to shut the TV off.
Yeah.
It was like that was like the pinnacle of terrible, and I really think that like that's the one that sticks out in my head. But I know there were a lot of other instances of stuff like that where it was just like, are we really? We're censoring ourselves, but this is supposed to be like. It was just bad. So I think you're right. It's been a long time coming. And I think that Kevin Dunn probably pushed for it because, he's having to censor things that, and YouTube probably too, is they're putting out anytime anybody even gets the slightest like bloody lip, like the clip goes to black and white on YouTube. And it's like, really? Like he had a bloody lip. Like it's not even like when they busted Becky's face open and that was black, I was like, okay, she bled a lot there. That was okay.
What an iconic image.
Right? But like in black and white, it even looked cool too, because she's standing and you could just tell because her face she's so like pale and Irish that like just blood everywhere, like all over her shirt, her everything. Just she had the title and she was just like, it was wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's something. It's still TV PG. It just popped up right now. As of today, it's still TV PG. But we'll see.
Today was supposed to be the go live day.
Well, I think it got pushed back, but it's gonna. It's coming. It's coming because I just saw it pop up. Because we're it's not 9 o'clock yet, but we're in the 9 o'clock hour, so it's still TV PG.
Yeah, well, we'll have to keep an eye on it for sure. I mean, especially since they're just running around fucking going crazy on WWE Shop. I mean, for fuck's sake, they have a shirt that says The Miz has massive balls.
This is my other favorite like WWF side story right now is the balls thing. Like it's because AJ came out and it was like I'm just hold on. I want to say you're this, that, and the other. and also you have tiny balls. And Ezekiel came out and was like, Elias said you have very small balls. It's just, I really like. It's really funny, and I hope they do it tonight. They probably will, because
it's fucking over.
I'm gonna buy the T-shirt.
Pre-order, right?
Yeah, it's pre-order. I'm gonna buy the T-shirt. So
we're over here selling these types of, selling that T-shirt, and then there was something else that was on WWE Shop not too long ago that was, kind of a little bit more edgy and shit like that, but yet we're still putting the fucking white meat baby face, say your prayers and eat your vitamins on TV, and now we've moved to TV 14. So I don't know, man. It'll be fun. Hey, serious question though. Did everybody see the Lacey Evans heel turn?
Yeah, it was good.
Fucking about time.
Well, I mean, it was clearly her face turn was not.
It was doomed.
She was not a good face.
Doomed.
Was this on
SmackDown? They tried.
So I think they just did, because Finn Balor and Damian Priest came out before the commercial break, and they just did a long interview segment with Seth Rollins. I think they just did the thing. They left Priest and Balor in the ring for like 10 minutes to fuck around.
Shocker.
Because it's like we cut to Rollins, who just beat up, a little bit before they came out. He beat up Riddle. And now it's like, okay, now we're back to Priest and Balor. And there they are. But they've been standing there since before the commercial break. And we've had a segment or two between. Anywho, what's our next topic, gents?
Captain Insano shows no moisey.
Oh.
Hey, so is AEW really going to fucking let the Big Show be Captain Insano?
This is where
where
somebody needs to be back there to be like, no, we're not going to do this. We're not
Bullshit.
We're not going to do this.
Why are you bringing on my parade, man?
Look, man, they're like, you remember how I was telling you that Riddle's not for us?
Yeah, but Captain Insano is.
The Waterboy came out in 1988 or 1998. Okay, 1998. You don't know how old I was in 1998? 13. I became 14 at the end of the year.
Yeah, I've been
13
12.
years old.
Yeah. 11.
Right
I'd have
there?
turned 12 at the end of the year. Okay, yeah.
4, 10. Yeah, 14. I turned
2
14
years
that
apart.
year. Yeah. So, look, man, I just can't tell you that this is. Look, man. Yeah, that's a reference there. But
how old are you, kid? I'm 37 years old.
I'm 37 years old. You know that?
Yeah, I'm not even trying to cosplay them, but I'm sitting here doing it myself. You know there's going to be a run-in from Bobby Boucher. He's going to come in there.
Is that going to be?
My mama said. My mama said.
Is that going to be? Is that kosher? And I don't think that's okay. I think that's.
Yeah, it's probably bad now.
I don't think that's okay now. I don't think that's okay in 2022, or 2023. Whenever they actually get, I don't think it's okay. What's he going to come out? Because he had the long hair at the time. He was still the Giant. Like, is he gonna put a wig on? Because he is as bald as a bald guy can be.
I mean, that's usually what bald means, is that you're bald.
I mean, he's so bald.
As bald as you can be.
He's crispy bald.
He's so bald, he says.
Like, there's people that are bald because they shave their head in the morning and they bick it.
No, they all are bald underneath that. There's nobody that chooses to wake up every morning and wax and shave their head. It's because they're going bald and they're self-conscious.
You mean nobody actually wakes up in the morning and goes, you know what? I look better with just skin up here. Yeah. Nobody makes that choice.
One man yet. There might be a guy out there, but I haven't met him.
You don't think The Rock does that? You don't think The Rock goes no? You think he's bald?
I think he's losing quite a bit.
You think he's got some like horseshoe shit going on?
Yeah, I mean, Hulk Hogan, he just went with it.
He really did. He was like, he put the bandana on, he grew out the skullet,
He's like Bret Michaels. He's the Bret Michaels of wrestling.
He's just been rocking it. Does your Uncle Joe still rock the skullet?
No.
Oh man, his skullet was legendary.
I mean,
it really was.
He's legendary.
He is, but his skullet was legendary. I don't know. Anywho, where are we going with this? Captain Insano. Yeah, this is a stupid idea. This is gonna fall flat on its face. And
you don't say. It's a stupid idea, huh?
idea.
Stupid ideas seem to just be running rampant in AEW, right?
Because, AEW is so good at stupid ideas.
More people are hurt because they keep doing stupid shit.
Dude, it's like we didn't talk last week. Like that list has grown exponentially.
Yeah.
You asked me last week, like Derek's gonna ask you where on the doll Tony Khan touched you. The answer is on the head because everybody's got a fucking concussion. Everybody's fucking concussed, man, because nobody does goddamn work. No, Ruby's is a work, as is Samoa Joe's. The only two people who are not legitimately hurt are Ruby Riott and Samoa Joe. That's storyline. Yeah, right. Ruby Soho and Samoa Joe. That's legitimate storyline. Everybody else hurt.
You can't convince me that Eddie Kingston's not hurt right now after Blood and Guts. As much as they're not selling that he's hurt, he's fucking hurt. The way he was acting on the top of that cage after it was all over. And
who just had to
Yoli tried to come over and like help him out and everything, and he's like, no. Like you could tell he was saying, no, dude, I'm legit. I'm X'd out here. Give me a second.
You know who's fucking hurt? Huh? Fucking Santana's hurt. And he just had to forfeit his world championship because he's fucking hurt.
8 months.
That he's worked his entire career to have the opportunity to carry, even if it was just fucking some podunk fucking whatever. Right?
A year he's out. Mike Santana.
I heard 8 months from Jericho.
If not, a year. Well, yeah, that's high praise from Jericho. Everybody else is saying a year, including doctors. So if Chris Jericho's a doctor now, great. But
I didn't realize Dave got a doctorate.
Yeah, good for him. Good for Chris. No, I mean but he's one of 30 dudes. Yeah. Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, Mox. Mox is probably working hurt. Santana, we just talked about. Is Ray Phoenix still? Ray Phoenix is back.
No, he came back.
He was hurt as fuck. Who else? I mean,
it was as phenomenal as you would expect.
Jeff Hardy. It was Jeff Hardy.
Sir, what would possess you to wake up at 8 o'clock this morning and pound a liter of Fireball? I had to go get a brain scan because I fell down and bumped my head.
I fell down. He didn't fall down. He jumped off a ladder that was already in the ring. The ladder was bigger than any ladder I got in my house. He just was like, woo, onto some fucking chairs at 42 years of age or whatever.
I hate to bring it to you, fellas, but if you could sign this release right here, we can go ahead and go into this match, sir. So, yeah, you can get taken care of if you would actually act nice. It's them doing stupid shit.
No, somebody needs to say no, because here's the other thing now. Somebody needs to be able to say no, because now Chris Jericho is in a match. Wait, is this with Eddie Kingston? Who's Chris Jericho about to fight in a barbed wire? In barbed wire, everywhere bullshit, outlaw.
So how many barbed wire death matches have you been to in your actual life?
Been to live or watched on television?
Seen them. Yeah, seen them live. Seen how this actually works.
I've never seen one. I wouldn't pay to see that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
I don't want to see grown men
stand on whenever you come here to give your opinion on how a death match works.
Because I don't want grown men eviscerate themselves on live television. I'm sorry, I don't get off on grown men, especially grown men who are like Juan Jericho's in his 50s, and Eddie Kingston is more out of shape than me. So let's Eddie Kingston and Walt are very similar when we're talking about cardio and physical conditioning. Actually, I think Walt.
Sir, are you body shaming me?
I think Walt could take Eddie Kingston.
Excuse me, sir. Are you body shaming me?
No, buddy. I'm saying
are you body shaming Eddie Kingston right now.
Yes,
you rat bastard motherfucker.
In fact, I'm saying that if you and Eddie Kingston were to race, I think you would win.
I mean, I don't know about all that, bud. All right.
No, for sure.
I just golfed 18 holes today. All right. let's not go putting any money on me winning a fucking foot race. All right.
I mean, don't race him after you golf 18 holes, for God's sake. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying in general, pal.
I think you got him. I'm just saying.
Go.
Is it safe to assume that you would assume that these things are gimmicked, right? Like you do realize that because you're coming here acting like it's going to be the most savage, extreme beating you've ever seen, and all of a sudden there's only a little bit of puncture wounds on their arms and stuff. I mean, I'm talking in ECW. We did do this legit, and we had Jericho and Sabu. We're not going to do that again. It's not going to be that. It'll be fine.
Then why do it?
Settle. So
that they can cut to a Pizza Hut commercial while they're raking a fucking pizza cutter across his fucking head.
We already did Domino's.
Pampered Chef. This is the Pampered Chef 9000. Now
we're just gonna instead of this, it's gonna be a commercial-free show. However, during the match, there's gonna be sponsored bits. There'll be sponsored gimmicks during the match.
Tractor Supply, where you can get all the best barbed wire here in town.
All the best barbed wire from Tractor Supply as he wraps it around his fist and grips it and lets blood ooze from his hand and punches the other guy in the face. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. God,
it sounds like you're right. AEW's creative over here, bud.
I mean, look, if I could. I could, if in my head I'm like, what's the most ridiculous, stupid thing I could come up with for these stupid idiots to do? What's the stupidest thing I could have?
Like, call Jeff Hardy. That's what I would do.
Jeff, you want to jump off the highest ladder we can find onto some steel chairs? You old bastard!
I got an ideal.
and then to have the nuts to walk out and say Jeff Hardy's not going to wrestle in a ring anymore until he successfully completes alcohol treatment. Like,
are your Tony Khan person?
That's my.
That almost sounded like Richard Simmons, but I like it.
Like, are you fucking kidding me about like why do you think he turned back to the bottle? What's her name? Rebby Hardy was like, I specifically told them that there shouldn't be any alcohol in this Dave & Buster's. And it's like, well, why would you tell them that if you didn't think anybody had a fucking problem? Clearly, he had a fucking problem that you're trying to keep.
Well, listen, friend, it's a Dave & Buster's. Have you been to a Dave & Buster's?
I'm just telling you right now. So, like, when you guys have small children, you try to keep sharp objects away from them, right? You cover, especially the tiny kids. You cover the outlets.
It's natural selection, pal.
Yeah,
you
for
don't
sure.
Sharpen yours? Yeah, I sharpened mine and put them over loose cliff edges.
I just hand him the sharpest knife and go, let's see what happens. First. Maybe you'll learn.
First.
All the burners are on the stove, you fucking kid.
Here you go, you fucking dingus.
You fucking chooch.
Touch whatever you want. Touch whatever you want. But like, that's the problem. Like, this is the problem with AEW is that like they've got children, and like all the outlets are open, all the sharp knives are out, all the burners are on, and we're like, stop doing stupid things. But like, nobody's there to stop anybody from doing anything stupid.
Because Dad's drunk in the corner with a hooker.
He's for sure. Look, Vince has been drunk in a corner with a hooker for 40 years. He still said no. Okay?
That's because Mom was there.
Whose mom?
Well, I mean, Linda was there. Linda was fucking involved for a long time, man.
Linda's there for the money. She wasn't there for the genetic jackhammer.
Here comes the money.
Money. Anyway, that's
Shane. I mean, she made the money, you know what I'm saying?
She's been sleeping with Trump.
Oh. Hey, that's...
I think she got secretary of whatever the fuck. She got business and finance or some shit.
I mean, she wasn't going to be elected to the Senate. That's for fucking sure.
No,
have you ever
seen twice?
There's a video of Linda McMahon giving a concession speech, and like they pan away at some point, and Vince McMahon is clearly crying into his hands, like because he just spent $20 million on that campaign for nothing. For nothing. Like it was $20 million of empty loss.
God,
and it was
Linda.
It was
I spent more money on the paralegal.
Right? I mean, it was for Like he didn't even when he was on the campaign trail, he didn't even get any. Like that was the like he had to actually go and leave and like not do WWF
That's why he had
shit.
the paralegal.
Anywho, freaking Rollins is back. All right,
He's been back.
I like. No. I mean like he was already on the show twice.
Oh, good.
And he's back again. I just love when they make the show about Seth. Like Raw could be he's Monday Night Rollins. What else we got on the old
we
list
agreed
there?
to never make the show about Brock Lesnar coming out and leading everything again, because that was the worst intro to Raw that I've seen since the McMahons coming out and giving us a 20-minute promo about nothing, about how much they love us as fans.
Oh, and then they made fun of Baron Corbin.
It was a terrible lead into Raw this week. I'm sorry. I know, Tom, you said you really enjoyed Raw, and overall it was good.
Oh, no, that
I didn't like that lead
fine.
in. I don't know how you guys felt, but
it was fine. It was mediocre.
Hey, so I got a couple more things, and we'll get a match a week. We'll get out of here. Did you guys see Jericho's promo on Wednesday?
A little bit of it. Give me the Wednesday was so long ago.
What had happened was he had made a comment about him being a living legend, which, I mean, I think that for the most part, we can all agree that he is definitely a legendary figure in pro wrestling, right? Like, he's done a lot of cool shit, and he's come a really, really long way. Well, I guess Ric Flair got a little pissed off about him saying that. And Rick had made a tweet about it and was like, said something to the effects of, Shawn Michaels wannabe, you're no Ric Flair, woo, living legend, my ass, something like that. What do you think about Rick just like fucking just pew pew right at Jericho?
I saw it coming. Rick likes to go off on people. Also, Rick's got a final match coming up, so he's got to like.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Anyway, Rick's got a thing.
74 years old. Ain't a match.
Rick's got a thing coming up, and he's got to start teasing.
1984.
Yeah, he's got to start teasing some people, teasing some heat. So I read it as that. Ric Flair teasing the heat, and particularly with somebody who's going to take it in stride like Jericho. So that's how I read it. Although, if Jericho is his final opponent, that actually wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be a terrible final opponent. I mean, I don't know that it would be any good of a match, but he wouldn't be a terrible final opponent for Rick.
That'd be fun. That would be fun, Jake. Right. What do you think about Rick going after fucking Jericho here?
No, like Tom was saying, I think it's 100% Conrad whispering in his ear, "Hey, pop up, I need a little heat, pop up. Put a little heat right there, Papa." Yeah,
I bet your StarCast ticket sales are down because nobody wants to watch
5?
a man.
I didn't even know they had a StarCast 4.
Nobody wants to watch this man die. I mean, we all do. But did you? Hey, by the way,
I kind of want to.
And I'm going to watch it, but I'm not going to pay for it.
Oh, are you? Are you going to shell out? Are you going to shell out $34.95?
Nope.
That's how much they're charging.
The fancy wrestling website that we use and watch it there because I'm not spending $35 on.
I'm only watching. You
don't want to help pay for Rick's life insurance?
Nope.
No, he's
You don't want to help pay for his funeral?
Look, he's been flying private jets.
Can I be there?
Wearing Rolex watches, riding in limousines.
Do they sell a VIP package where you get a front row seat at the funeral? Like you get a ticket?
Can I go to the funeral?
You get to be a pallbearer or not a pallbearer? One of the what's them people that carry it?
A pallbearer.
Okay. Do I get to be a pallbearer?
If I buy it, can I? I just want to attend. I just want to attend.
Fucking like a hee-haw, bro.
Like a wheelbarrow, but a pallbearer.
Wait, if I buy it, can I attend and like sit in the pew at the funeral? Like, if that's the case,
how much does it cost for me to speak on his behalf?
Ooh, more than $35. More than $35.
Why don't you call Sasha Banks and ask her? I mean,
I got nothing to add to that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. But I think that it was just a tactic to kind of, put some eyes on his last match coming up. And by the way, Tom, I I'm glad that you brought up his final opponent because actually on his little documentary that they're doing leading up to it over on the Conrad Podcast Network, fucking whole thing over there. He does a show every fucking Monday at 6:05, Superstation time. They announced they announced his final opponent.
Who is it? I didn't listen.
Oh, well, he's going to be in a tag team match.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Andrade is going to be his tag team partner.
That makes sense. Wait, talk about another guy that's hurt.
Versus Jay Lethal.
Okay.
And fuck, it's a WWE guy.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Scarlett Bordeaux.
I'm sorry, I'm drawing a total blank.
It's not like Satnam Singh or anybody like that?
No. Nope.
Come on, Walt.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Ric Flair. All right. And then final
Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett, Double J.
Jesus Christ.
Jeff Jarrett's also the special guest referee at SummerSlam.
So tell me, and now listen. So tell me the WWE, all right, isn't fucking in on this whole thing. They put Ric Flair back in the intro. They fucking they're letting Jeff Jarrett, who is a senior executive now, go and wrestle a fucking independent booking against Ric Flair and Andrade, who's a former talent that publicly disparaged the company.
Well,
very
but
aggressively,
but he's also Charlotte Flair's husband now.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he went with the. I didn't know what I was saying because my English is not so great.
Mr. Charlotte Flair.
Ooh.
Look, I'm to my daughter. To my daughter's friends, I'm Mr. Rachel, so let's be fair.
Oh wow, that's fair.
Is that what I have to look forward to?
Yes.
Is that the ultimate sign of respect? Is that what you guys go with?
Yeah.
Mr. Sydney?
No, you're going to be Mr. Portia.
Yes.
Mr. Portia.
Yes.
I would kind of prefer Mr. Sydney because then I could have the scream voice modulator and be like, "Hello, Sydney's friend."
No. You're Mr. Portia. It's a weird thing. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I can't wait to scare the fuck out of my daughter with that movie though. I'm gonna give that to you guys now. I know it's like
what
the show.
Father.
No, it's gonna be fun. I love her, but I've been training her on horror movies since she was born.
But listen, so I don't want to stray away from this too soon. This match card's actually really, really good. The Briscoes are going to take on the Von Erichs.
Yeah. The younger, the new, not the old man.
Yeah, no, because
not the guy without a foot.
They're all dead.
Yeah, not a guy. Not there. No, there's a guy that's alive, but he doesn't have a foot.
He was in the AEW opening show. Yeah, all out. The first all out. The guy without a foot.
No,
that Von Erich.
Okay, no, you're done. You're done.
Come on, nobody.
Fuck you guys.
Okay, you're talking about Texas Tornado, pal.
Texas Tornado, yeah.
Kerry Von Erich.
He's dead.
They're all dead. There's only one
They're all
left.
dead. Yeah.
Anyway, so the Briscoes and the Von Erichs, that ought to be fun. There's a New Japan match: Clark Connors versus Ren Narita. I have no idea. Triple A's got a match on here: Bandito versus Black Taurus versus Laredo Kid versus Ray Phoenix. MLW has a match on here: Killer Cross versus Davey Boy Smith Jr. That should be fun.
That'll be good. That'll be good, actually. Yeah.
Impact. The Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards versus the Motor City Machine Guns. That'll be fun. That'll be a good one to watch. The Impact Knockouts Championship. World
Jordan
title
Grace?
triple threat: Deanna Purrazzo, Rachel Ellering,
Ellering,
and Jordan Grace. Like that'll be another fucking good match.
That's gonna be really good too. Yeah.
So
I
this
don't
is
come on here and really advertise, but I watch Impact a lot, man. There's a lot of good Impact going on over there.
Impact World Title match: Jacob Fatu versus Josh Alexander, and then
Nice.
you've got Ric Flair and Andrade versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay
How is the other Oos not in in W. Like I can't remember what Jacob Fatu's relation is. I think he's still a Rikishi kid, is he not? Is he not one of 4 brothers?
I believe that he is. I'm
And
not.
is he
Do
the
you know
old?
what's listen? Do you know what is fucking terrible? Do you remember when we went through the Anawai family tree that in that one episode?
Uh-huh.
It's still bookmarked, literally at the top of my browser right now.
I mean, he's I mean, how do we not have the other like God, we gotta have all them Usos and like because truthfully, WWE has treated the Fatu family really, really, really well. Particularly well. Like Rikishi was booked to the moon. He just wasn't a star, but they kept pushing it.
To the moon.
Umaga was Rikishi's brother, right? And he was always in the world title picture. He died on a kind of young, but always in the world title picture. His career was very short though, and obviously the Usos, like it didn't even fucking matter what these guys do. They show up drunk, whatever, drunk drive home from the show, whatever. They just bring them back. Now y'all are still world champs. 599 days, and now we'll give you the other titles too. Like seriously, it's like you want to talk about the Anoa'i family, the favorites in the Anoa'i family. It's the it's the Usos, it's the Fatu family. They seem to be the ones, but
because
that on purpose. Yeah, they're the ones.
I don't know. I'm gonna be real hard pressed to give them $35. I think that if it would have been in like the $10 to $20 range, yeah, I'd buy it. Right? Like, and I'm saying that like in a, on the whole nostalgia pop thing, regardless. Like the card itself is good, but just because you're trying to sell it on it being Rick's last match, I'm good, man. Like I'm good.
Well,
like,
I mean, I just don't think anything is gonna happen with. So I gripe about like pay-per-views when it's like we put this card together, but it's like, is it just a house show card? Because like, you could put Jordan Grace in a triple threat match, but if she retains, it's inconsequential, right? You put the AAA title on the line, you got Bandito out there. Does it matter if he retains? No, just another notch in the head post. There's no continuity. There's no storyline. It's just tune in for wrestling of guys you know exist, but like it's the same thing. It's like a house show, right? We're gonna put this together. It's gonna be great, but everybody's gonna retain their titles. It's a house show card, but the creme de la creme is we're putting Ric Flair in a tag team match where everybody around him is gonna do all the work, and he's just gonna play the hits, and that while that's fine. It's just not. I don't know.
No,
it's
not worth.
What are you gonna? You gonna have? No,
I will give Conrad and his folks credit because they did put together a hell of a fucking match card. So,
sure, they put together a great house show. I would go to that.
Absolutely, I agree with your take wholeheartedly.
I would go to that if it was in my town, but I'm not paying $35 to watch it on TV.
Sure not. I would pay $35 to go see it live, but I'm not going to pay $35.
I would happily watch it on Fox.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever
Just
you want to do, bud. Whatever you want to do. No. Derek, you got anything to add to that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's been covered.
I got one more thing that I want to touch on, and then we're gonna go hit match of the week. So Big E has spoken out this week. He had an interview with ESPN, which anytime the WWE or pro wrestling in general gets on ESPN, that's kind of a big thing these days. You know what I mean? Because it puts it into that kind of mainstream sports world. And he was talking about the accident, the injury, and one of the questions asked was, do you have any ill will towards or, ill-fated feelings towards Ridge Holland? And he said, nah, man, I'm good. He was like, Ridge has been nothing but apologetic. He sent me a big old basket of red meat, and he calls a lot, and, we talk on the phone, and no. But if I'm not, because as a performer, I understand what the dangers of my job are. And he also went on to say that if he can't come back, he's okay with that. And I think that is kind of telling, because the latest report is that his bone, his break in his vertebrae is not calcifying properly. And he might not be able to wrestle again. So, Tom, what do you think about Big E talking? No bad feelings.
No, that seems very Big E. I don't know that it was a huge botch. I just think it was just such. It was a tiny mistake. It wasn't even a big mistake. It was a tiny mistake that led to it. Obviously Big E's still alive. He's still gonna live a long, full life. It's not like he killed the man. It is what it is. It's the risks you take getting into this. I'm sure Big E is fine money wise. He's made a lot of money over his career. They've been some of the highest performing as far as merchandise sales is concerned.
Absolutely.
So it's not a money thing. I like the man as a performer. I like the man as a person. More so maybe even than as a performer. I really like the man. I believe the words that he put is, we're going to give it a year and, see where we are a year from now. And that was whatever that's now. So,
9 months ago.
Yeah. So let's see where let's see where we are, in a few months here. And once they hit that year mark, and, I'm glad he's still in the news. I'm glad he's giving interviews. I'm glad he's got the neck brace off. He seems to be doing, as far as like living life, he seems to be living a normal life from what I can tell. I mean, obviously I don't know the man. I can't say whether or not it's like hard for him to get out of bed still or whatever. But, he's a guy that, like, if he can't come back and wrestle and get tossed around anymore, that makes sense. I'm glad he can still walk. I'm glad he's still got feeling in all his appendages. If he has to go, good God, the man could be a motivational speaker and triple his salary like next week if he wants. I mean, he's got me, and he's an inspiration. So I'm not. It's really more of a sadness for us as a fan base, I think, if he doesn't come back, because he, as a person, seems fine. He's gonna be fine. He is beloved. He's one of those people that just like is beloved. So like he as a person is gonna be okay. It's just a matter of if he doesn't get to come back and entertain us again, at least as often as he had been. I think that's more of a loss to us. I'm sure it is to him too. I'm sure he loved doing that. It was clear, right? Like you don't perform that way. You don't do those things. You don't be that guy unless you love it. And he loved it. And so, that's sad for me, and that's sad for him. But at the same time, he's still alive. He's still got his health. He's going to be able to live. He's just not going to be able to get dropped on his head anymore.
Right.
And they probably shouldn't drop me on my head either.
Nah.
So let's be, if
no,
that's
because then I don't need two of you.
No. Well, I mean, I would just be dead. You'd have to come to my funeral.
But I mean, it's bad enough.
So lucky
Derek,
the last time it happened.
Derek, what do you think, bud? Like,
man, I was gonna come in here and give you guys a hard time about saying, well, maybe he should stop doing stupid shit, but I can't do that for Big E because he's genuinely. This guy comes across as genuine as you can expect.
I mean, he didn't do
I hope
stupid
he
shit
comes
either.
back, and I hope nothing bad happens. It's kind of like the D'Lo Brown situation previously, D'Lo, he put somebody up in a wheelchair, and it happens. And
Darren draws stuff. Yeah,
he does great interviews. He seems like a great guy still. So it could have been much worse. But gosh, I hope he's not done. I hope he's not done. Modern medicine is very different than it was then. I know what you guys are talking about. He's not got any natural bone. Seems to be reproducing at this point. Nothing as far as that goes. But I don't know what his other options are. Hopefully we get something for him and he can come back and at least do something. Give us a Stokes. What's Stokes' name in AEW? I like him, man.
Stokely Hathaway.
Yeah, he's done such a good job going from Diamond Mine, which I thought he was just wasted on, to
he was good
AEW.
in that too, though.
Dude, he makes whatever he's doing so good. Like,
I mean, he's
the same
good
character. It's the same character, with company.
Roderick Strong's asked for his release again.
Yeah,
Again?
well, he
Nice.
should. He should.
He should. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but no, he's elevated. So Jade Cargill was like, God, I don't know. Her with smart Mark Sterling is like
Cargill.
Yeah,
Cargill.
like that sucked. But like her with Stokely now, I'm like, oh man, this is fucking good. Although I wish she was a better wrestler, but it's only been a little while. She's all right. She's okay.
She's
She hasn't killed me. She hasn't killed anybody yet. She's way better than Red Velvet.
You let me know whenever she kills Nia Jax.
Who almost
put her in the ring with Nia Jax. See who kills her.
She's way better than Red Velvet, who almost killed herself, and now she's on the shelf. Red Velvet, I think, is the only AEW injury to have injured herself.
You're so mean, Tom.
God, the list is like. The list is just 40 people, but it's half the fucking.
Do you
roster.
remember? We're not going to get into this because it's going to go on forever. But there's lots of previous injuries before they even came to the goddamn company. So, match of the week or whatever we're going to do, Walt.
Oh no! You sound like you were getting ready to make a pretty decent point there, bud. I'm here for it.
Gosh, you guys are all the time like, oh, they're doing stupid shit. They're doing stupid shit.
I'm going to point to where
it's damaged goods, fellas. They came as damaged goods. They came damaged in some cases to the point that WWE would not let them wrestle for them, which just came to AEW. Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan was in WrestleMania, in the main event of WrestleMania.
And how long would they not let him wrestle for? Years.
He wrestled for 2 years in WWE before going to AEW. He was a world champion.
So you're not telling me they sucked the last living life out of him and then sold him off, and then you guys are celebrating just like me that he's here in the company, and now you want to be a dick that he got hurt. It was bound.
No, I don't want to be a dick that he got hurt, but he's one of 40 people that got hurt. CM Punk is hurt. Adam Cole is hurt.
There's a common denominator, man.
AEW is the common denominator. AEW is the common denominator. Tiny. Andrade's hurt. Is he old?
He's special.
Adam Cole's not hurt.
Adam Cole's hurt.
Or Adam Cole's not old.
Or tiny.
He's tiny. I love him.
Just a little guy.
Everybody in
he's
AEW
my hero.
is tiny.
Like he's like my height.
No, he's taller than you. Everybody in AEW is tiny, buddy. They're all the same height. Mike Santana.
You think Johnny's taller than me?
Who is?
Johnny
Cole? Yeah. I'd say you guys are on the same level. You and John Silver.
All right, this is fucking.
You and John Silver are the same height.
Oh my god, this fucking computer.
He's not hurt. He's not hurt. I can't wait till I get that
nice new bench there at the Texas Roadhouse and in Walt's branch there. Whenever I get a nice little seat to fits me nicely,
it
pulls like on in straight to the bar.
Like a
treat with respect.
Like a booster seat to make it.
I don't have to sit in the booster seat anymore. That's what sucks. So you know them goddamn people. Every one of them bartenders has seen my ID, and they ask me for it every time.
Jesus Christ. Tom, what's the match of the week, bud?
It's Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor, and it's not close. So they had 10 minutes of exactly what you would expect from Rey Mysterio and Finn Balor, and it was great. It's Balor won. They had the tag team match tonight, which kind of went off the rails. It's not as good because they had Dominic and Damian Priest in there, and it wasn't. I didn't watch as close because I'm like looking at you guys too, but it didn't seem as good. But Balor versus Rey Mysterio was, whoo, buddy. Somebody looked at that and was like, hey, you guys just want to put a classic on? And they were like, yeah, all right, you got 10 minutes, go. And that's where it went. It was probably Vince that said that. And it was really good. So that's my match of the week. Because it wasn't close. There's nothing else I could be like, oh, this is close. Although Braun Breaker and Cameron Grimes are going to fight again. And to the moon. I'm excited about that. That's
Lots
going to be a
of
good one.
chatter. He's coming to the main. He's not going to win that belt. He's going to come right up.
Who, Cameron Grimes? I'll be down with that. They'll give him another haircut, and
Yeah, as long as they don't fuck him up.
They'll probably give him another haircut and make him a maximum male model.
Probably.
Because it makes
Mansois.
Mansois. I look. That made me laugh so goddamn hard. Mansois and Masse. That made me laugh so hard.
Titillating.
I don't know that it's over or that it's going to be worth anything. But
well, I mean, it's definitely getting some. It's definitely getting a little bit of heat.
It's funny. It's definitely funny. It's definitely funny. I think
I'd much rather see LA Knight as an actual in-ring competitor and just let him beat him.
Dude's 43 years old or some shit like that.
Yeah, I know. But still, man,
he's in phenomenal shape.
Good, though. Yeah,
AJ Styles is fucking 45.
Yeah, but AJ Styles has been around. Like, he's been in WWE now longer than he was in TNA.
AJ looks older than LA Knight. If you were to ask me on the street and I had no idea.
I think they look about the same age.
Nah, man.
If I'm being honest.
Derek, what was your match?
If I'm being honest, Tom, I hate to say it, but your match of the week was dog shit. Legit. That was terrible. Terrible match.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw nothing.
I'm sorry there wasn't any barbed wire in it.
No, there was nothing good this week, if I'm being honest with you guys. I literally
imagine it. Sparklers.
Guys, I watched everything, and I'm not a dick as to one to not pick a match of the week, but I watched Impact, NXT, WWE, AEW. The only thing I did not watch was SmackDown.
The only thing you didn't watch was your phone whenever I called you 65 times this week.
There wasn't a whole lot of wrestling on SmackDown.
I didn't have nothing to bring to the table this week.
Like there wasn't really anything on SmackDown. You didn't miss much. But no, you're right. I mean, you're right in that there wasn't a lot of great wrestling this week. Like, I feel like there was some compelling storyline stuff, but there wasn't any like real good in-ring stuff. There were some segments that were kind of cool, but like, sure. I don't know. That's why you're right, because otherwise that would have been. No,
I'm just putting my stamp on something. Put my stamp on something. You know, I don't want to do that.
I disagree, because the Judgment Day stuff I think is good. It's over as hell. I'm sorry that Rhea Ripley.
I would love if Rey Mysterio's kid would go over there. At least he'd do something interesting. But you know, it's not going to happen. He is lucky. He's so lucky that that's his dad. There's no way otherwise this kid gets a contract. Can you see Austin Theory coming out there acting like Dominic Mysterio, who does absolutely nothing with his talent, charisma? There's nothing there other than like, Dad, I have a mullet. And I have same colors as you. Booyaka, but I suck. Yeah. Wow, well,
he's not
you
that
don't
bad.
seem too impressed with that.
He's not nearly as bad as like a lot of guys in AEW.
No, Dominic sucks. Do something then, kid. I mean, show me. Maybe if he would have joined, you know, then it'd be a different story. But he's boring. Boring.
Walt, what was your match of the week? What'd you watch?
My match of the week, despite a very disappointing and telegraphed finish, was Madcap Moss versus Austin Theory on SmackDown.
Hey, that was good too.
Yeah, the finish was dumb, but I mean, you've got to figure that's going to happen, right? Like, they're not going to.
I mean, those are the guys. They kind of want those guys.
They're the new guys, right?
They want those guys to be the future. They want those guys to be, you know, main eventing WrestleMania along with Braun Breaker and, you know, whomever else they got in NXT right now. They want those guys to be the guys.
Yeah, sure.
When Roman Reigns goes to Hollywood and Seth Rollins is just the old Triple H guy on the roster. And you know, who's working part-time. They want those guys.
AEW.
Cody goes back to AEW. They want those guys to be the guys. And yeah, you know, they don't want to put one over the other too soon.
Nope. Because I mean that might, based on like the match that they had, in a couple of years, that could be this generation's Rock versus Austin.
Maybe Cena versus Orton, but still, yeah.
Oh, okay. However you want.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't see it.
I was just making it more relatable to our.
Well,
we can't do that anymore, World. It offends Jeffrey Penis if you haven't figured that out yet. We have to do things by the modern day standard because things are different now than whenever we grew up.
It hooks to the left.
All right.
The J hooks to the left.
We're done. We're out of here. We're fucking out of here. All right. Well, hey, if you're still here, we
way to go, Penis. Way to go.
Please hit the thumbs up. Really help us out. We appreciate it. If you're watching us, hey, we're here. Subscribe. Do that good stuff. We generally go live every week. Until my life fucking falls apart, and then I can't.
Well, it's
or
okay.
I try to be a nice person and take some important people out for dinner, and I'm ostracized for it.
On a
Monday.
I
can't pick up his phone.
On a Monday.
The guy that can't pick up his phone. No, Tom.
It was Tom. It was Tom.
You were
Tom was being a dick the whole time. You should have seen him texting me saying get on his ass because I don't want to do it because I'm the nice guy.
I didn't.
So
first of all, because I know those people too, and they've given me steak and beer before, and I like them because look, I'm just saying to win my heart. If you give me steak and beer, I mean, you become immediately one of my favorite people. There's a few people.
Some steak and beer right now.
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing against the people themselves. I love the employees of the Texas Roadhouse. It's the manager who selected that date and time.
Just put my fucking business out there, pal. It's all right. No big deal.
Pick which one it was. They'll never know.
It's a good.
Maybe you actually get some little pop. Be good.
All right. We're out of here.
Okay.
Hey, check us out over on Twitter and Instagram at @1_WC. That's ONE. Audio folks, we appreciate you. And as always, thanks for hanging out. It's all love. We'll catch you next week. At least Tom and I. One Fall WrestleCast.